Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to McAllen Field for tonight's South Atlantic Conference matchup between the visiting Anderson Trojans and the Carson-Newman Eagles. A reminder that Carson-Newman and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Also, the consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages at the site of competition is prohibited. Now, let's meet tonight's starting lineup. First, for the Trojans from Anderson. Number 1, Jeanette Campbell. Number 2, Sarah Miller. Number 5, Kristen Cole. Number 8, Maggie Black. Number 10, Bethany Anderson. Number 11, Haven Ashe. Number 15, Mackenzie Hino. Number 18, Erin Sapita. Number 19, Kendall Simpson. Number 22, Bethany Morgan. And number 25, Brandy Greenlee. Anderson is led by head coach Sarah Jacobs. She is assisted by Stephanie Prada and Miguel Uribe. And now, introducing the starting lineups for the Carson-Newman Eagles. Tonight, the Carson-Newman Eagles are escorted on the field by the ball girls for tonight's match from Jefferson County Middle School. In goal, number 1, Lily Ebner. Number 3, Christina Markfort. Number 4, Yenta Cooper. Number 5, Lyra Mathis. Number 10, Addie Henry. Number 13, Nellie Brunis. Number 14, Elena Probst. Number 18, Sydney Duncan. Number 21, Emily Futrell. Number 23, MJ Park. And number 25, Savannah Fields. Carson-Newman is led by head coach Simon Duffy. He is assisted by Brett Boland, Candy Rankin, Joe Boyd, Wayne Harvey, and Lacey Gazelle. At this time, we ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
And good evening, sports fans. We are back here at McCown Field on Eagle Sports Network for today's first of two games here at McCown Field between the Carson-Newman Eagles and the Anderson Trojans, as the women will kick us off here at 5 o'clock, getting ready for what should be a fantastic showdown between the 5-3-2 Eagles and the 3-5-1 Trojans. The Trojans coming in with their first SAC win of the year. They knocked off Tusculum. It took a furious flurry by the Trojans to score 2 goals in the final 15 minutes of action to come from behind and knock out the Pioneers 2-1 over in the Electric City earlier in the week. For Carson-Newman, coming off a win over the Shaw Bears 2-0 here at McCown Field. Took a while to get going, but Sydney Duncan, right place, right time for 2 goals off of 2 assists by Emily Futrell, giving the Eagles a 2-0 win back in the win column after falling to the Queens Royals 1-0 last weekend. These teams kind of on the bottom of the table right now. Surprisingly for Carson-Newman, they entered number 6 in the South Atlantic Conference before all the action started earlier today. There were a couple of games earlier today in the South Atlantic Conference. Meanwhile, Anderson just on the edge of making the conference tournament, sitting at the 8th seed right now. So this is a very important game for both of these squads. Carson-Newman trying to possibly get a home matchup in that first round. Remember, the first round is at home before the semifinals and finals are played over in Matthews, North Carolina. I'd have you with us here to starting lineups for both our teams. First, the Trojans of Anderson. Sarah Miller, Kristen Cole, Maggie Black, Bethany Anderson, Haven Ashe, Mackenzie Pinto, Aaron Cepeda, Kendall Simpson, Bethany Morgan, and Brandy Greenlee make the field for the Trojans. While in goal, Jeanette Campbell, who leads the conference in saves with 71 this season. And that's more of a possibility of Anderson's just giving up a whole lot of shots. We'll go in depth on the Trojans team stats as this game goes along. Getting ready to kick off will be Bethany Morgan. Anderson in the all black with the white shoulders, white piping. Trojans across the chest in white and the white outline numbers. Carson-Newman in the all white jerseys with the pink socks, of course, as is October Breast Cancer Awareness Month and part of Breast Cancer Awareness Week here at Carson-Newman University. For more info on how you can support Susan G. Komen and all of the Breast Cancer Awareness Foundations throughout the week at Carson-Newman next week at volleyball and football. Carson-Newman counterattacking quickly. Here's Nellie Brunos, who gets wide open one-on-one in front of the goal. Nellie Brunos kicks it in, and just 33 seconds in, Nellie Brunos is back and makes it 1-0 lead for Carson-Newman. Well, that was a quick start, wasn't it? 33 seconds in, and Carson-Newman's already up 1-0. Nellie Bruno, she missed the game against Shaw because of an injury. We'll look at this replay. Ball gets away from the Trojans, and Bruno's able to come up and grab it, gets one-on-one with Campbell, who, again, 71 saves, was leading the conference. And then just one-on-one situation, first shot goes in for Carson-Newman. It's already 1-0. Now that you've met Nellie Brunos, let's meet the rest of this Eagle lineup. Christina Markfort, Yenta Cooper back after a illness. Lyra Mathis, Addie Henry, Nellie Brunos, of course, is back. Elena Probst, Sydney Duncan coming off that 2-goal performance against Shaw. Emily Futrell enters the top 5 in points thanks to 2 assists against Shaw. As chance now for Anderson to answer is deflected off of Cooper. Good defense by her against Bethany Anderson, and the ball got out play to Ebner. MJ Park gets her first career start for the Eagles, while Savannah Fields rounds up the field, and Lily Ebner back at starting in goal for the first time since the Eagles fell 7-0 to Catawba. Coach Simon said she had to work her way back into that role, and she did. After a solid second half against Shaw, where she saw 5 shots, 3 of them on goal, and deflected them all the way to preserve the shutout. Give and go from Addie Henry to Brunos. Brunos up the sideline next to the South Atlantic Conference logo. 42:58 left, already a goal for her. Let's see if she can get 2. We'll have to give it up to Mark Fort. Markfort looking to cross it in, stuck in the corner. She gets by, feeds to Futrell, up to Markfort. Markfort has a chance, slides, and it goes right to Campbell. Great defensive pressure by the Trojans to get back. That was Maggie Black able to get back and put some defensive pressure. Also Kristen Cole. So here's a look at that goal again right here. Just a feed. Addie Henry finds her wide open. Nellie Brunis one-on-one. Pokes it in. Beautiful shot. Beautiful goal. Nellie Brunis gets it in. And Brunis starting to make a name for herself as possible freshman of the year for the South Atlantic Conference. That's her 4th goal of the season. I believe that's the quickest goal of the season for the Eagles as well. Taking just 33 seconds to score for the Eagles. Eagles get off a lot of shots, of course, and they're facing the team that's allowed the most shots. There's a foul there, and a little pushing and shoving from Kendall Simpson to MJ Park. It's her first foul of the game. The Trojans have allowed now 161 shot attempts this season. 91 of those have been on goal. So that's why Campbell's been busy in leads and saves. That was a great feed, but it just went over everyone's head. And that was before Anderson could get there for the Trojans. Pardon me, that was Aaron Cepeda that couldn't get there. Now Anderson turns up defensive pressure, 41-14, already down 1-0. The Trojans have the 3rd fewest shots attempts in the conference, just 98, but 42 of those have been on goal. Average about 10.9 shots a game. Give up to Henry, and Henry couldn't control it from Markfort. It's chased down by Black, who will kick it out of play. This is the first Carson-Newman goal in the first minute since November 2018 against Catawba. Magda Masego scored that one. It's the first Carson-Newman goal in the first 5 minutes of a game. Masego did it again in September 2018 against Newberry. Now a chance to get another one in the first 5 minutes, but goes long of Brunis. 40-33, she'll make her way up the side of the pitch, and that one gets deflected now play and will stay with the Eagles on a throw. Again, quick start, 3 shots, 2 on goal for Carson-Newman already. As that's what their mentality has been, to attack early and often, see if you can get one by. Henry turns around, that gets blocked by Black, goes out to Markfort, and Futrell couldn't get there, but it's picked up by Probst. Probst gives it up, nice move by Park. Park feeds in, misses Duncan. Duncan going to try to get in there. Duncan looking for Fields, and it gets picked up by Campbell. Duncan was looking for Fields for the one-timer, and that would make it 2-0 just over 5 minutes into this first half. So you hear Sarah Jacobs, the head coach of the Anderson Trojans, talking to her team. Coach Jacobs has been with the Trojans for, this is her 3rd full year. She was there, of course, last year during the spring season, where the Trojans not have a great start. I only have 1 win, picked up over Newberry. The Trojans have struggled on the road as well. It's been hard for the Trojans to win games on the road. They are 0-6-1 their last 7 road South Atlantic Conference matches. Last one was October 12th, 2019 against Mars Hill. They do have a 1-1 draw against Limestone earlier this year in Gaffney. They've been outscored 15-2 now during that stretch. Battlefort Fields gives it up and steals it away back to Mathis. Good pressure from Bethany Morgan, but the ball does go out of play thanks to that pressure and will belong to Anderson. So Anderson a chance to attack in the attacking third at 38-22. And with that time, as the stat give and go from Anderson. It's kicked out. Bethany Anderson now battling. That is Cepeda is battling with Mathis, and that'll be a goal kick. Good defense by Mathis. So we've now played 7 minutes in this contest. And if this holds for the next 19 seconds, Anderson is part of one of the most dubious streaks, I believe, in all of college soccer. The Trojans, they've lost 6 straight to Carson-Newman. Anderson has not scored a goal in now over 600 minutes against Carson-Newman. That's 2,198 days. They scored in the 41st minute of a 2-1 victory down in Spartanburg, South Carolina on October 3rd, 2015. They have not scored a goal on Carson-Newman since then. They've now been outscored 14-0 during this stretch. Carson-Newman's won 6 straight, all shutouts, to retake the lead in this series 11-7-1. That last win did come, however, at McCown Field for Anderson. And I call the ball was out of play, I believe. This goes out of play. Mark Fort could not keep the ball in bounds, and they went over the back line. So 36:55 left. Anderson wanted to get off that dubious stat and just wanted to get a win over this Carson-Newman team. Carson-Newman, meanwhile, looking to get another conference win. They said just 3-2 in the South Atlantic Conference. And then both their losses, they've been shut out 8-0. And that one's stolen away by Simpson. Now Simpson gives it off, and actually it gets deflected by Mathis back up to Ebner. That was a chance there for the first goal for Anderson against the Eagles in quite a while. The Anderson defense is swarming. Cepeda picks that off. Now it goes back to Cepeda off the pass from Ashe. Cepeda out in front, and it gets deflected off of Ebner. And it's kicked out of play by MJ Park. Right there, another one-on-one situation. That ball gets deflected off of Ebner's thigh. Goes out of play. Man, that's the best chance we've seen early for Anderson. We've seen a lot of just breakdowns in coverage so far in this game. Mark Fort steals that one away, gives it up to the captain, Emily Futrell. Futrell feeds it long, is looking for Brunis. Brunis gets away. Brunis one-on-one. Brunis has another chance for a goal. Brunis rips that one, and Campbell's there. That was a great move by Brunis to get open, especially with 2 players collapsing onto her. Gets a shot. It would have been wide anyway. A good job as ball stays here. We're going to go back to the save by Ebner. Right here, one-on-one between her and Cepeda, and goes off of Ebner's thigh and out of play. There's a chance for the Eagles again. Probst up the sideline, looks to feed it in. It's stolen away. That was Henry, I believe. Yes. Goes out to Brunis. Brunis going to kick that one up in the air right to Campbell. Henry had a chance. It was poked away by Bethany Anderson. 34:50 left. Anderson can reset once again. Cleared high right in front of us, looking for Cepeda. Bounces around. Probst and Cepeda battle for it. It'll go off of Probst, so pardon me, it looks like it's going to go off of Cepeda. Probst throw it in. 4 shots for Carson-Newman, just that one for the Trojans. That's stolen away by Ashe. Ashe gets that one picked off by Probst, but Probst could not get the Brunis in time, and Anderson will throw it in. So we talked about the shots on goal percentage allowed by Carson-Newman. It sits right at 500 entering this contest. They've allowed just 1 shot today. Well, 1 was on goal. You know, Carson-Newman 3 for 4. Big improvement. They enter in. The shot on goal percentage has gone up over the past few games, but they enter in just under 500, or just over 400, excuse me. Early in that year, it was down the basement. The Eagles were getting tons of shots, but they just couldn't do anything with them. That's why you saw them draw against North Georgia, a loss to Young Harris. Also a draw to Trevecca Nazarene to start off the year. Looking to find their groove. Of course, injuries and illness have kind of thrown that off a bit. This team's still not fully healthy. Alicia Heiniger's still out for the Eagles with a concussion. Mathis trying to get a give and go to Nelly Brunis, and Brunis can't handle it, and it's kicked out of bounds, and Anderson's going to throw it in. Anderson kind of playing the same way Carson-Newman plays, with constant defensive pressure. Looking to get some holes and see if they can do anything with it, but that one's picked off by Duncan. Deep kick from Mathis, now the Futrell, and collision. Bounce off Addie Henry's head, and now there's a free play for the Eagles, but she's going to chase down Sarah Miller, who kicks it out of play. Actually, will keep it in play. Great job by Miller to find her teammate. That's stolen away by Fields, however, and now Futrell going to rip one. She was looking for Brunis. Brunis would have been offsides. Campbell does chase it. Oh, she tried to chase it down, and they're going to say it went off of her and out of play. If Campbell lets that one go, it's an easy goal kick for the Eagles. But now it's going to be a corner with 32:16 left. We're going to get a look at that. Just fumbled the ball out of bounds and nowhere to touch. So now Futrell will get a corner kick with 32:05. Trying to make this a 2-0 game after Bruce's goal with 30 seconds into the game. Futrell rips that one. Great deflection away. It was looking for Duncan. That was deflected away by Black. Probst rips that one. Was looking for Futrell, but it goes wide, out of play. So a great chance for the Eagles, but couldn't capitalize on that one. But with the 1-0 lead, you can play a little more loose. You don't want to play too loose, of course, because that's how you get the situation where you had Cepeda one-on-one with Ebner. Stolen away by Duncan. Duncan gives it up to Henry. Back to Futrell. Futrell looking for Brunis again. Brunis turns around. I think was looking for Mark Fort, but Mark Fort wasn't there. Gets out to Henry. Chasing it down will be Cooper. Cooper has to go a long ways out in front of us, and Eagles basically reset here. Cooper feeds it in and was looking for Henry. Henry would have been offsides. Deflected by a pair of Trojan players. Is picked up by MJ Park. Futrell now going to feed inside, looking for Brunis again. Can't find it. Brunis, though, will chase it down in the corner of the box. Brunis feeds it in, and Campbell picks it off. She was looking, I believe, Addie Henry, or excuse me, Sydney Duncan. Got to get a header. Sydney Duncan has had several chances at headers during this game, during the season, excuse me. She finally got one to go against Tusculum off the corner kick, but it really wasn't hers. It went off her head, off the goalkeeper, and Yenta Cooper was there to pick it up and score the game-winning goal. Now running down the sideline is Addie Henry, looking to make something happen here. 30 minutes and 9 seconds left in the first half. Brunis' header goes the wrong way out to Fields. Fields gets it free, and it'll be picked off by Miller and out of play. And I believe they're going to say that's off of an Eagle player anyway. So good awareness by Miller to earn the goal kick. 29:50 left, 1-0 lead for Carson-Newman. Really not a whole lot of action since that last shot by Nelly Brunas. Both teams kind of trying to feel each other out. Eagles got a corner kick, but couldn't do anything with it. And the pitch has shifted back to this side of the field. That one's stolen away off of Henry's header. And good defensive job by Sydney Duncan to knock that one away and slow down the Anderson counterattack. Of course, I mentioned last time Anderson won in Jefferson City was November 4th, 2014. Anderson won 4-2. They've only played twice since then in Jefferson City. They met a lot, however, in the South Atlantic Conference Tournament. They had to play a neutral site game at Legacy Early College in Greenville in 2019 due to weather. It's a nice turf field as the home of the now USL's Greenville Triumph. Eagles look to move up here, so not a whole lot of means at McCown Field, but so far they've been dominated by the Eagles recently. Great job. Cepeda was trying to get that great jump on the ball by Probst. Probst keeps that one in and gives it back to Cooper. Cooper looks for Brunis. Brunis gets pressured by Pinot. And Brunis will have to give it back up. He'll go all the way back to Ebner. This is just good defensive pressure by Anderson. You saw similar tactics by Tusculum, kind of like a zone in basketball where they keep the middle and then they converge when you try to go toward the middle of the field. Carson was able to break that press for 2 goals in the win over the Pioneers. Now there's the ball to Brunis. Brunis now, top of the box, gives it up to Futrell. Futrell back to Brunis. Brunis now just going to rip one at Campbell, and it goes to her. That's a save. It's an easy save there by Campbell. I think Futrell wanted Brunis to shoot that one earlier, but she couldn't quite get open. By the time she got open, she couldn't get as much power on that shot as she could earlier when Futrell first found her. Now here comes Markfort to steal that one. Nifty move by Markfort. Markfort now racing down the pitch. 4 Trojan players collide on her, and there's no one there to pick up the pass. Markfort had a 3 path to the goal, but you have 4 black jerseys around you and no one to help out. Well, good move. Trojans is given up to Ashe. Ashe is challenged by Fields, and Fields steals it away. Henry. Send it back toward Park. Park now coming to the sideline. Gives it up to Futrell. Futrell on the side will look to cross into the box, and that may have been a shot. I believe that was more of a cross. He was kind of looking for Brunis, but no one could get onside. That's a good defensive effort by Anderson. Futrell into the history books, of course. She is 1 shot on goal, and I believe she may have gotten it. We'll see what the stats say. No, that was just a shot. 1 shot on goal away from tying Claire Ramsdale for 4th most in a career at Carson-Newman with 110. She's at 109. She is now 5 shots away from tying Lauren Wade for 4th all-time. She's 237. But she moved into the top 4 by herself in points, or to a tie in the top 4 in points. With Liz Jallow and Jules Harity, she has 79 total points. Or excuse me, she has 80 points. She passed them with their 2 assists against the Shaw Bears earlier in the week. Just 1 goal for Futrell came in the very first game of the season, but does have 3 assists. So kind of taking a step back as the captain in her final season, but has been able to set others up. Of course, she missed a pair of games due to a red card that was issued to her at Wingate, but it's come back strong and been able to kind of hold this team together. And you feel like when this team gets fully healthy, whenever that is, hopefully soon, hopefully Heininger doesn't miss too much, this could be a very dangerous team down the stretch in the season. As Probst gets free off that pass from Markfort, but it's cleared out by the Trojans, and actually it's going to belong to Anderson. I'm going to say it went off her foot. See a pair of Trojan. Oh, nope, excuse me, it was they with Probst. Thought the flag was pointing the other way. I was very confused as to why I was going toward Anderson's way. Markfort in the corner, and the referee will say she stepped out then, so that ball will definitely go toward the Trojans. With 24-44 left, to see a pair, or trio of Trojans warming up on the sideline. Sun starts to set a little bit here in Mossy Creek because it's a beautiful day. It's started off cloudy, kind of foggy this morning. As Addie Henry gets open, just rips a shot that's blocked by Black, and Black clears it out up to Mathis. That goes back to Henry. Henry tried to give it to Futrell. Black gets in the way. Futrell now gets the ball, makes a move, feeds into Fields. Fields can't get there. It goes off to Duncan, kicked up in the air. Markfort will challenge for it. They're going to call a foul on Markfort. Again, Markfort at 6'1", going up against Maggie Black, who's 5'9". Markfort is not going to get that call many times unless it's just abhorrent what Black tries to challenge her. 23-44 left, the free kick for Anderson off the foul. Henry now gets free and gives up to Brunis. Here we go again. Brunis on the edge of the box. Brunis. Nifty move. Brunis going to shoot that one, and Campbell right there. Man, that was a great recovery by Anderson. This was a long pass by Henry, and no one was there to help her. That was a good job by, I believe that is Pino and Black to get back there for the Trojans. Jeanette Campbell already up to 4 saves in this one. Henry gives it off to Duncan. Looking to continue her strong season. Duncan was looking for Probst. Gets stolen away by Black, but then goes out to Fields. Fields up to Probst. Probst. Give and go to Brunis. Poked away by Pinot. Brunis deflects off of Pinot, and that will be a corner. Second corner of the day coming for the Eagles with 22-24 left in the first half. And Future's going to take her time here. In this setup, you're going to see the Eagles are going to run all the way from the back of the box, and they have a lot of height there with Cooper, Mark Fort, and Mathis. Future feeds it in. Was looking for Duncan, actually. He'll pop straight in the air. Fields gets it. She has an open chance. Kicks that one, and Campbell with a fingertip save off the ripper from Savannah Fields. That was an absolute rocket from Fields, and now Campbell got that one. Very impressive. Campbell does come in at 6 feet tall, so using her height to her advantage. Future, another corner kick. That goes wide, goes off the head of Mathis, goes off the back of an Anderson player, stays in bounds. Goes out to Addie Henry, who's challenged. He'll got to play, and that, I believe, will be yet another corner kick for the Eagles. So that's 3 in a row now for Carson-Newman. Eventually connected with one against Tusculum, but let's see if they can do it again here. Future now going to the far side, the opposite side of the field. She'll be in the shade this time. I wonder if that changes anything, not having to look through the sun for this team. Brunis is going to come running up the sideline, but going to elect to aim it toward Duncan. Duncan gets a header. It's in! Sydney Duncan with the header. How about that? It's 2-0. Eagle lead. That was one of the best goals of the year for Carson-Newman. Sydney Duncan using her head. Gets in the back of the net. And it's a 2-0 lead for Carson-Newman with 20 minutes and 50 seconds left in this first half. That's another assist by Emily Futrell. She now has 81 points on her career, her 4th assist of the season. And if you're Simon Duffy's career, you know they're not done by a long shot. Hey, third time is the charm for the Eagles. They've been very successful in corner kicks this year, and usually are in the past. Finally able to just sneak it in. Great passes by Futrell off the head of Duncan, who gets that one. That's her 3rd goal now in the past 2 games. 3rd goal this week. Be some Player of the Week nominations coming toward her way. 20 minutes left in the first half. Carson-Newman up 2-0, and they've been dominant. Look at the stat sheet. 9 shots, 7 on goal. Just 1 shot for the Trojans as Probst now gets free. Probst now working up the side of the box. She'll feed it in. Was looking for Brunis. It's picked off and cleared away by Miller, who gets it up the pitch. Up to Sandman. And now that's stolen away. Picked up by Henry. Henry now. What can she do with it? Was looking for Futrell. Now will come a racing MJ Park. But it's picked off by the Trojans. I think Futrell wanted that one. But she saw Park coming up, and Park couldn't handle it. That's the round will go back up to Park. Park now going to feed inside. Looks for Brunis, but Brunis can't get there in time, and Campbell able to grab that cross. Keep this one a 2-0 game. And this is surprising. Despite the struggles the Trojans have had in the South Atlantic Conference season so far, only one team has scored more than 2 goals against the Trojans. That was the number 14 ranked Catawba College Catawba Indians. Brunis gets that one deflected. Belongs to Mark Fort. Mark Fort gives it up to Probst. Probst was looking for a shot. Gets ripped. It gets blocked. They're asking for a handball. They're going to say that's a handball. Or they not, excuse me, no handball call. I thought the referee was making a signal like that was a handball at the hand of Maggie Black, but no, she's going to say it would hit her shoulder and rolled to Campbell. Very surprised by that one. I thought the way he was signaling. It's tough to tell our angles. Of course, the referee had the best angle right there. He was on the pitch. So, and now getting free is Bethany Morgan. And Morgan always looking for a nice pass. That would have been a beautiful goal set up to Haley Sandman. But it's picked off by Probst. And now they can work again. Can the Trojans after steal from Haley Sink. Sink was looking for Armetta. Armetta is picked off by Park. Now Park and Armetta going after it, and they're going to say a foul on the Trojans. Trojans' first foul of the day comes with 17:32 left in the first half. The Eagles will work back. Good pressure by Anderson once again. They've been able to break this. 10 shots. 7 own goal for the Eagles so far in this one. So 2-0 lead. And like I said, done the thing that only Catawba College, who is at top of the conference, has been able to do against Anderson. That's score 2 goals. It's a good Anderson defense at times. Just been unlucky on their offensive end. The ball bounces around, goes out to Haley Sink. It's stolen away by Fields. Nifty move by Pinedo, but can get picked up. Futrell now going to rip that one, looking for Brunis. Brunis can't handle that one, but she eventually corrals it. Brunis, that one gets kicked out of play by Maggie Black. The ball will stay on the end of the pitch with Carson. Going back to my early thought, it was foggy a little bit this morning, kind of been rainy all week. Sun came out, and the middle of the pitch, if you've noticed it, kind of dirty, kind of muddy. So interesting to see how that affects some of these teams today, especially the men's team when they play later in the night as the sun goes down. That's a feed from Cooper that finds nobody. Is in the corner as well. Substitutions coming in for Anderson. Carson Kelly, number 27, coming in for Bethany Morgan, number 22 for Anderson. So Carson Kelly, number 27, comes in for number 22, Bethany Morgan. The Trojans made a whole slew of changes after that first goal. And see how they'll play out this final 15 minutes and change. Futrell turns, gives it to Henry. Now back to Futrell. Looking for a given goal to Futrell. Ends up back to Futrell again. Futrell's going to rip that one, and it almost goes in. I don't know if Futrell was wanting to shoot that. Was trying to get it to Brunas, but it almost worked. So you have Abby Zander, Michaela Gardner, and Karina Verst coming in for Carson-Newman. Meanwhile, you have Lena Powell coming in. Futrell will sit. Futrell usually does this. You've seen she'll play about the first 30 minutes, gets her time in, and then will rest for the Eagles, and it's worked this year so far. That's going to be a foul, I believe, on Gardner. Carson-Newman, and reset in this final 15 minutes here in the first half. 2-0 lead for Carson-Newman thanks to goals by Brunis and Duncan. And the Eagles a 2-0 advantage. The long ball goes out to Abby Zander. Abby Zander using her speed. And was looking, that ball gets free. She was looking for Addie Henry. Couldn't find her. Excuse me, was looking for Karina Verst. Couldn't find her. Zander's got to be careful. She was called for 3 offsides in a game once, so she's quick. She's gotten smarter. Hasn't been called for any since that Tusculum game, at home at least. Free ball. Mathis kicks it back out to Ebner. Ebner's got to get rid of it. That's a short kick to Cooper, but it works, and Cooper will rip that one. It goes long. Abby Zander going to try to chase it down. Abby Zander gets to it. Zander now, inside the box. Kicks back out to Gardner. Gardner gives it the Probst off her feet. It's stolen away. But it's played by Henry. Verst going to rip one and will go wide. I think she was looking for Zander. I'm going to say that was deflected as well, and that'll be a corner for the Eagles. For this corner, you'll see some substitutions. You'll see Kate Zander come in for Elena Probst. So some speed coming onto the pitch for the Eagles. That shot was deflected. Now you'll see Abby Zander take this corner with Futrell out. Eagles scored off one earlier. Abby Zander off the head of Henry and into the hands of Campbell. So another chance at a header, but that one kind of hit in front of Henry, went sky high and sit in front. As you can see, there's some mud and dirt right in front of where the keeper sits. Don't know if that affected it at all. Maybe it slowed it down a bit, and Henry couldn't aim her trajectory of that shot. Mouse amount of midfield ends up in Addie Henry's feet. Give and go looking for Katrina Verst. Verst flicks off her feet, and that ball will stay with the Trojans. 12:37 left in the first half. 13 shots to 1. Favorite Carson-Newman. Carson-Newman team that averages about 18 shots a game. Almost met that in the first half. Henry was looking for a cross. That gets deflected. Challenge there by Duncan. Gets out to Kate Zander. Kate Zander gives up to her sister Abby Zander. Actually, gives up the Fields. It gives up to Gardner. Now back to Kate Zander. Kate Zander's going to look for Gardner again. It gets out. Deflected off an Anderson player, and that one will stay with Carson-Newman. That's another corner kick. 11:57 left. That's a great ball movement by Kate Zander and Michaela Gardner. Set up another corner kick. Abby Zander going to take this one with 11:50 left in the first half, looking to make it a 3-0 game. Abby Zander gets in, was looking for Cooper. It bounces at the feet of Henry. A shot was taken by Verst. Abby Zander looks to feed, looks to find Mark for it, and that shot goes high. Now a play. So 2 chances there. Verst gets her shot blocked. Zander tries to feed it back into Mark for it, and Mark for it just sends it into the parking lot. Again, chance after chance for the Eagles. 15 shots in this first half. That's getting chances. I guess the team that's allowed the most in the conference. Gardner gives it up to Verst. Verst gets her pocket picked, and now that ball's out to Powell. Powell looks to find Kelly. Kelly is in space. Cooper just has to kick it away, and Kate Zander kind of looking at her like, hey, just kind of get to me. Let's calm down. Let's get back to Lily Ebner. But now a chance for the Trojans. Kendall Simpson throws that one long, and Cooper clears that out sky high over toward the softball stadium. So we approach 10 minutes and 25 seconds left. Throw in from Kendall Simpson. That one's ripped. That's a shot right at Ebner from 17, Haley Sunman. So that's the second shot of the day. And it ends up being on goal for Anderson. So Anderson, only 2 shots, but they've been right at Ebner. Ebner, of course, made that save off her thigh in the one-on-one situation with Cepeda. Under 10 minutes, you got to see how the Eagles will counterattack here, kind of slow it down, see if they can get something open. Verst was looking for Henry, finds Abby Zander. Abby Zander swings and misses and ends up going to Verst. Verst looking for another cross that gets blocked again. I believe that's Haley Sink that's blocked her twice now. And now the speedy Kendall Simpson challenging Kate Zander. We'll see who that ball's out on. That ball belongs with Anderson as they'll move Simpson back. Simpson will throw it in. Good challenge by Cooper on the Sunman. That bounces around and goes off of Abby Zander. Trojans throw it in once again. Sandman gets stolen by Duncan. Looking for Gardner. Gardner slips, falls down. Ball goes all the way back to Sarah Miller, who gives it up to Jeanette Campbell. Campbell, kind of a miss hit there on that one, but no one was there for the Eagles to pick it up. It's Lena Powell that gets it. That's cleared along, and here comes Carson Kelly. charging. Cooper will kick it back to Ebner. Ebner cleared that one, and Kelly, she would have stuck her head up, could have deflected that one in. Would have been interesting. She had a rallying Haley Sandman behind her. Ball go out of play, though, with 8:23 left, and Trojans will throw it in. Battle for the ball will be won by the Eagles. Fields can't kick it out, and that's a smart play by Kendall Simpson. Telling her team to let it go, and goes out of play. They can reset, but Abby Sanders right in the pathway and gives it to Addie Henry. And Karina versus a chance to be one-on-one with Campbell. Campbell has to run all the way out and kick it by almost out of the box. It would have been 3-on-1, so it would have been a hard play for Verse to make, but there's a chance there. Fields picks it up, gives it back. Oh, nifty move by Park, but it's stolen away. Armetta gives up to Sandman. Sandman, it's 3-on-1. She's looking for Kelly. That's cleared out by Mathis, and you still have an injured Trojan down. I believe that is Kirsten Armetta. Grad student from Berlin, Connecticut. As you see, the training staff for Anderson comes in. She took a shot from MJ Park. MJ Park had a shot earlier in the week against Shaw where she just kind of stopped running and put her shoulder into a player. And that would have been a great play in hockey, but not in soccer for sure. And just a look at Armetta. We're going to look at that goal by Sydney Duncan once again. That made it 2-0 off the corner kick from Futrell. Just perfectly curved it in. I think it caught everybody by surprise, and Duncan was ready there and got the goal. We get 2-0 as you're going to see Helena Handel will come in for Kirsten Armetta. Handel, a freshman from Cold Spring, Kentucky. She's taking her time getting off the pitch. Of course, you've probably seen it a lot. You've seen it a lot in the men's games. If there's any kind of head injury, they have to come out, especially if they're holding their head. I believe Armetta was, so make sure she's good. And concussion protocol, she may just sit out this final 7:23 of this first half. Hopefully she's good to go. Come back in. So probably thrown in, clock will run. That's off of Duncan's head, and Addie Henry's able to clear that out toward Abby Zander. Zander and Simpson will fight for it. Gardner looks for it, but it's picked away by Maggie Black. Now a battle between Kate Zander and Carson Kelly. Kate Zander wins that, but all the way chasing it down is Black. Black wins that battle against Gardner, and it's kicked off the feet of an Anderson player, and Gardner's going to go quickly on this throw with 7 minutes left. Eagles trying to make it a 3-0 game before halftime. Cross into the pitch, it misses Fields, and coming up was Park. She's asking for a foul. No call there. Now is a chance for Powell and the Trojans. Gets away by Mathis, picks it off from Sandman. Ebner's got to clear it as Handel was right in front of her. Park was looking for a call there. She may have gotten one, but that was such a quick play. Clean tackle by Anderson. Does our referee crew roll it? Fields. Looking for Abby Zander. Abby Zander now. Working in, trying to cross it in, and she can't really find anyone. I believe she was looking for Verst. That one goes out of play with 6:06 left on the clock. Sarah Jacobs has had a lot of success in her playing career. Played for the Clemson Tigers, one of the best teams in the ACC historically. And also played professionally up at Asheville City SC. Ebner was coming out for that one. Mathis kicks it away instead. A little miscommunication by the Eagles, and don't want to give up a goal this late in the first half and get the momentum back on the Trojan side with 5.5 minutes left in the first half. Simpson throws it in long. It's cleared off the head of Cooper this time. Anderson trying, of course, again. It's been over 600 minutes since they've scored a goal. Here's a rip right to Ebner, and that's shot by Simpson. Goes right to her. So again, 3 shots in this game. All 3 have been on goal. So Anderson's had their chances to score. They just haven't been able to take advantage. Just had that 1 shot on the breakaway from Morgan. Excuse me, from Cepeda. 4:48 left in the first half. Henry looking for Verst. It's cleared away by Anderson, and coming in quickly is number 20, Katie Kumis. I believe that's for Addie Henry. Yes, that's Addie Henry. So Kumis comes in quickly with 4:28 left. See what the junior from Gallatin, Tennessee can do. Sun's starting to set here behind the MSAC. Shadows coming into play. Definitely in play for the second half. That ball almost gets to Kumis. It's ended up stolen away by Duncan, and Duncan kicks it. It's picked up by Campbell. Abby Zander was right there. I believe that was more of a shot by Duncan, and would have been a very nice assist to pad to her stats for the week. Kicked long, gets it midfield, goes off the head of Duncan, picked up by Fields. Now it's picked up by Duncan again. Duncan looking long for Abby Zander. That's just a little too long, I think, but nope, Zander can pick it up. Gets challenged in the corner. Out of play. That's another corner kick for Carson-Newman. That's their 7th of the half. Abby Zander kind of working quickly here. You feel like this team would kind of take their time here with 3:25 left in the first. They're able to score off these corners so far today. Zander feeds it in. Looks for Duncan again. Goes over her head, and it'll bounce off a Anderson defender. And she's arguing that that should be on Carson-Newman. That is Handel that's arguing that. No, it goes off of Handel. Now Karina Verse will take the kick on the far side of the pitch in the shade. 2:54 left. It's an interesting tactic to change corner kick takers. Verst. I guess the flag that she was looking for Duncan again, but goes out to Fields. Fields now chases it down, back to Verst. Verst kicks it high, and might have gotten deflected. Off of Park's head, and now it goes up to Mathis. Mathis can't get it, but look at Carson Kelly. They're going to call a foul on Park. Clock's going to stop. And actually, I was going to say Park was injured on that, and you hear Simon Duffy saying that, no, I'm not taking that chance of you being fine. Natalie Ledin comes in with 2:26 left in the first half. Park, like we said, may have been holding her head, and you have to come out. Whether it's come out for about 5 minutes and run off back onto the pitch on your own power, or if you just get substituted, you have to come out. That's been the point of emphasis the past few years in soccer, mitigating those head injuries. Kelly gets that one picked up by Cooper. 2 minutes, 12 seconds left. The counterattack is on. Gardner was looking for Verst. Gets poked away. Gardner going to challenge those Fields. Ball eventually makes it up to Powell. Powell, nifty move to get by Duncan, and that goes off the shins of Powell from Cooper. Powell just put her body on the line right at midfield, and almost worked out. If they would have had numbers, Kelly and Sandman were right there. 1:42 left. That one's picked off by Kelly. Carson Kelly working up against Kate Zander. She'll rip that one across. Goes to no one. Fields now challenges. Anderson turns up the pressure in this final 90 seconds. Now no one gets blocked. Abby Zander can't get there. It's kicked up high into the air by Maggie Black. And Cooper and Mathis have to get there before Sandman can get there. And with 1:15 left, Anderson has to go quick. Kendall Simpson throw it in. Bounces around. 1:06 left. And go out of play.
1 minute. 1 minute remaining.
believe that we're going to get the first corner. Yes, we're going to get the first corner of the half for Anderson with 52 seconds left. It looks like it's going to be Sandman, number 17, taking that one. Sandman going to feed it inside. That gets deflected off the head of Markfort. Counterattack chance. It finds the feet of Kelly, and that's saved by Ebner with 32 seconds left. Another corner kick for Anderson. Well, a save by Ebner. Now 21 seconds left. Anderson, this is probably going to be the last play of the half. Sandman rips that one. Was looking for Black. It's kicked high into the air. That's going to be off the feet of a Carson-Newman player. Seconds will count down. Anderson's going to go quick. Actually going to take their time. And they will not get there in time, will the Trojans. And so we head to halftime. Your score 2-0. Carson-Newman gets a goal within the first 30 seconds of the game from Nelly Brunis, one-on-one. And then Sydney Duncan gets another goal off the header on the corner from Emily Futrell to make it 2-0. Anderson gets their chances, but unable to put them in the back of the net thanks to some great saves by Lily Ebner. And when we come back, we'll have stats. We'll look around the rest of Savannah Conference and what the Eagles are doing around the world today. When we come back here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Back is a go. Still your wife is a go. Smoke up, Paladiwo is a go. Chayela is a go. Come Meji is a go. Come Meta is a go. In fact, one corner is a go. Kadi Talat is a go. Dagoru is a go. Saturday show is a go. Monkey Post is a go. Amala Pekam is a go. Shaku Shaku is a go. Man's not hot and you know. Man's not hot and you know. Love is a good job. Nigga, love is a good job. This I do is a good job. But I'm all like my Jojo. Bebesia is a good. Sangalo is a good. Shanawale is a good. Escobar is a good. Toros is a good. Neramali is a good. Olosho is a good. Sayinadin is a good. 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 Ongo is a go. Oh, this is a go. It's a go, it's a go. It's a go. Jerry Wale is a go.
I need that magic.
Jackson, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. Thomas Jackson, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. Yeah. Thomas Jackson. Jackson, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. Thomas Jackson, but I am for real. Jackson. Thomas Jackson. Thomas Jackson. I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. Thomas Jackson. But I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. Thomas Jackson. ਨੀਵੀਆਂ ਤੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਚਿਰ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਲੈ ਪੱਲੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁਖੜਾ ਲੁਕਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਲੈ ਨੀਵੀਆਂ ਤੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਚਿਰ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਲੈ ਪੱਲੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁਖੜਾ ਲੁਕਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਲੈ ਐਵੇਂ ਕਰੀ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚ ਕੇ ਰਹੀ ਵੀ ਤੂੰ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੋਈ ਮੁਟਿਆਰ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚ ਕੇ ਰਹੀ ਵੀ ਤੂੰ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੋਈ ਮੁਟਿਆਰ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚ ਕੇ ਰਹੀ तेरा की कसूर जन शिले नैन हो गए सिख के अदामा शेर मिले नैन हो गए तेरा की कसूर जन शिले नैन हो गए सिख के अदामा शेर मिले नैन हो गए साहब के रखनी है जोब निपटारी साहब के रखनी है जोब निपटारी मुड़ मुड़ के नहीं आनी है बहार मुंडिया तो बच के रही भी तू हुणे हुणे होई मुटियार मुंडिया तो बच के रही भी तू हुणे हुणे होई मुटियार मुंडिया तो बच के रही चढ़दी जवानी तेरा रूप डट मारदा पतला जलक ना हुनारा भी सहारदा चढ़दी जवानी तेरा रूप डट मारदा पतला जलक ना हुनारा भी सहारदा गोरा गोरा रंग युतो मेरी गांजी तोर गोरा गोरा रंग युतो मेरी गांजी तोर नहीं तेरे जई सोनी कोई नार मुंडिया तो बच के रही भी तू हुणे हुणे होई मुटियार मुंडिया तो बच के रही भी तू हुणे हुणे होई मुटियार मुंडिया तो बच के रही ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਬੁੱਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਤੇਰੀਆਂ ਕਹਾਣੀਆਂ ਚੰਨੀ ਤਖਨੇ ਦੀਆਂ ਗਲੀਆਂ ਬਿਛਾਣੀਆਂ ਚੋਪਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਬੁੱਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਤੇਰੀਆਂ ਕਹਾਣੀਆਂ ਚੰਨੀ ਤਖਨੇ ਦੀਆਂ ਗਲੀਆਂ ਬਿਛਾਣੀਆਂ ਜੰਜੂਆ ਤਾਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਤੇਰੇ ਰੂਪ ਦਾ دیਵਾਨਾ ਜੰਜੂਆ ਤਾਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਤੇਰੇ ਰੂਪ ਦਾ دیਵਾਨਾ ਚੱਲ ਸਕਿਆ ਨਾ ਹੁਸਨ ਦਬਾਰ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚ ਕੇ ਰਹੀ ਵੀ ਤੂੰ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੋਈ ਮੁਟਿਆਰ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚ ਕੇ ਰਹੀ ਵੀ ਤੂੰ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੋਈ ਮੁਟਿਆਰ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚ ਕੇ ਰਹੀ
God, these feelings just begun. I'm saying things I've never said, doing things I've never done. Oh my God, when I see you, I shoot it right. But I'm frozen in motion, and my head tells me to stop, feelings I feel about us. Try to fight it, but it's never enough. My heart is hurting, it's more than a crush. Cause I'm frozen in motion, and my head tells me to stop, but my heart goes. Cause my heart goes. Oh my God, can't believe what I've become. I'm thinking things I shouldn't think, singing songs I've never sung. Oh my God, when I see you I should run. But I'm frozen in motion, and my head tells me to stop, feelings I feel about us. Try to fight it, but it's never enough. My heart is hurting, it's more than a crush. Cause I'm frozen in motion, and my head tells me to stop, but my heart goes. Cause my heart goes. But my heart goes. Cause my heart goes. My head and my heart. My head and my heart. I can tell them apart. It tells me to run, but I can't. Cause my heart goes. Cause my heart goes. Oh my God, this feeling's just begun. Saying things I've never said, doing things I've never done. Oh my God, when I see you I should have run. But I'm frozen in motion, and my head tells me to stop, but my heart goes.
And it goes a little something like this. Here we go. Little song, little tune to play, make a good time roll. No, I ain't got nothing but a bag of green, 2 dancing shoes, and my friends with me. Well, I ain't got nothing but a little song, little tune to play, make a good time roll. No, I ain't got nothing but a bag of green, 2 dancing shoes, and my friends with me. Here we go. Here we go. Don't that feel real funky, y'all?
And welcome back here to McCown Field as the Carson-Newman Eagles and the Anderson Trojans getting ready to play a second half of action. Carson-Newman, 2-0 lead. Nellie Brunis scores her 4th goal of the season, 33 seconds into the game. And she gets behind defense thanks to an assist by Addie Henry, making it 1-0, and then at 24-minute mark, Sydney Duncan scores a goal off the corner from Emily Futrell. That's her 4th for the season as well. That's her 3rd of the week to make it 2-0. Anderson gets a flurry at the end of the second half, but still have not scored a goal against the Eagles in now 637 minutes, dating back all the way to 2015. That was the last time, 2014, the last time the Trojans won a game against Carson-Newman Eagles. Carson-Newman outshot the Trojans 16-4. All 4 shots were on goal for Anderson. 4 saves for Lily Ebner, 2 saves for Jeanette, or 7 saves for Jeanette Campbell, who now has 78 on the year. She leads the conference in saves for sure. Referees will synchronize their watches, get reset here. For the next 45 minutes, you see the sun starts to go down, and Addie Henry will kick it off, and we're underway, second half of Carson-Newman versus Anderson. Let's check some scores from around the South Atlantic Conference. Big-time game up the road in Harrogate, Wingate, and Lincoln Memorial. Lincoln Memorial, who was leading the conference, they fall 45 seconds into overtime, fall to the Wingate Bulldogs 3-2. In an upset win as Addie Henry gets free and no foul call. There was no touch. I think she just fell down. That's cleared out by the Trojans. Newberry knocks off Tusculum 2-1 to road in Greenville. So Tusculum, after winning 2 straight conference games, have now lost 3 straight. Pioneers looking for some answers in Greenville. Morris Hill and Coker scoreless as they start the second half down in Hartsville, while Queens and LR are also scoreless in Hickory. Limestone takes on Catawba later in the night. They kick off at about 8 p.m. from Salisbury, North Carolina. Of course, here 2-0. Carson-Newman leading Anderson. Brunos was looking for that one. It gets by her. It actually goes out to Markfort. Markfort, I think, was looking for Probst, and then we'll get by her and out play, and will be a goal kick. Don't forget, of course, we have the men's contest coming up, a very highly anticipated matchup coming up later in the evening. Kicking off at 7:30 p.m. between Anderson and Carson-Newman. Carson-Newman first in the conference, Anderson third in the conference. Anderson has had 3 straight shutout victories. The Eagles haven't allowed a goal since that game against Catawba. It's a big-time game and possibly an early preview of the South Atlantic Conference tournament here at McCown Field. But right now, 43 minutes left for the women's team of Carson-Newman to get another win. Addie Henry was looking for Futrell. Campbell comes out and grabs it, and we're looking for a cross. And Brunos had a chance, but she decided to get up to Henry, see what she could do with it. Let's see how Anderson responds. They responded well toward the end of the half. Got that flurry where they had 2 corner kicks in a row, got some shots up. They've peppered Ebner in the box, making her work. Ebner, of course, had to re-earn the starting role after giving up 4 goals in the first half against Catawba. She came in against Shaw, played a sensational second half, faced 5 shots, 3 of them were on goal to preserve the shutout against the Bears, but instead, Hope Doyle looked strong as well, so you got to wonder how that's going to work this year. If Ebner's back to speed. Brunis finds Futrell. Futrell in the box, and they're going to say Futrell was offsides by just a step. That's probably why Futrell got so free so quickly. Just slightly offsides was the senior. It's the first call we've had of offsides for either team today. It's pretty rare. There's been a lot of offsides calls. I think it's because there's so many speedy teams in the South Atlantic Conference, especially here for Carson-Newman. Carson-Newman has a couple track stars and former track stars on their teams. That ball gets away. That's a chance for Anderson in the corner. Into the shade it goes. Maggie Black, but can't handle it. No, it's picked up now. Reset for the Trojans. They'll go out play, but the ball will stay with the Trojans. And that ball gets out to Ebner as Ebner picks it up. That was just a miscommunication from Mathis, one of our Eagle teammates, and almost led to a Bethany Morgan goal. Now Morgan's going to challenge. Anderson defense, of course, turned up the pressure after that Bruno's goal. I don't think they were intending on doing that, but when someone scores a goal in 33 seconds against you, you've got to be able to pressure the ball and get some open spaces. 40-38 left in regulation. Eagles up 2-0. Oh, nice pass from Addie Henry to Emily Futrell. She battles for it with Greenlee, and Greenlee kicks it away. Ball goes up to the pitch to Powell. No foul called on Mark Fort. Now Anderson comes the other way. Cepeda. Challenged by Duncan. Duncan wins that one. It's given up from Brunis. Up to Probst. Kicked out play by Anderson. So 2 quick chances for Anderson that he was able to stop in the first 5 minutes of the second half. Probst into Brunis. He'll bounce around for a bit. It's off the field, and now Henry can counterattack. It's picked off. A good challenge by Cepeda. Cepeda had that one-on-one chance against Ebner. That goes off of Ebner's thigh. Now here's the Trojans retreating. Maggie Black picks it up, gives it up to Henry, though. That's a challenge from behind. That's going to be a no foul called, actually. As Henry stays down, and now that's a challenge from Probst. Henry back up, limping a bit, but looking for Futrell. And they're going to say Futrell was offsides again. Interesting no called there. This is just a challenge from behind. I believe that was a Haley Sink that challenged Henry from behind, but they'll say it's clean, and ball gets away as second offsides of the half after clean half for both teams with the offside calls. 38-42, Campbell will kick this one away. Trojans looking to score their first goal on the Eagles in 644 minutes of game action. Up to Handel. Handel, I believe, was looking for Simpson or Cepeda. Cepeda couldn't get to her. Pardon me, she was looking for Powell. Oh, it's cleared out play, and we'll stay with Anderson. So, again, we're staying on if you're looking from camera angle, the right side of the pitch. This time, though, it's been Anderson with the attacking chances. Luckily for Ebner, though, Ebner's going to be in the shade this half. The sun starts to set behind the MSAC behind us. Nifty move by Powell. Powell rips that one just high. The first shot of the second half goes to the Trojans. That's their first shot that hasn't been on goal. And it was just not on goal, just high, thanks to the move by Powell. As you can see, the Anderson team just pressuring up. They have 3 defensive players just outside the box. Ebner kicks it away up to Cooper. Cooper, nice move. Try to get free. She'll kick it long for Henry, and stepping in front, the header by the Trojans. I just feel like the momentum's been with Anderson. I feel like Carson-Newman's taking their foot off the gas a little bit. Nifty move by Mark Fort at midfield. Mark Fort gives it up, has Futrell. Futrell is open. Makes a move, looks to feed inside, was looking for Henry, and Henry couldn't get there in time. So the first challenge we've seen from the Eagles this half, 36-46 left in regulation. Win for the Eagles would push them to 6-3-2, 4-2 in the conference. Anderson would fall to 1-4-1, 3-6-1 in the conference, and right above Mars Hill right now in the standings. And right now, Mars Hill is scoreless with Coker in the second half. Henry from the box, challenged by Sink. No foul called, and that one's cleared away up to Cepeda. Cepeda. Challenged by Probst. Probst knocks it out of play to slow down the Trojans. As we said, Trojans are 0-6-1 in their last 7 road contests in the South Atlantic Conference. There's a foul on Carson-Newman. At that time, they've been outscored now 16-0. 16-2, excuse me. They had a draw against Limestone earlier in the season. in Gaffney. It's going to be kicked away off the head of Cooper. Swing and a miss from Pino, from Powell, excuse me, but ends up going to Powell. Powell kicks it back out. Looking for a feed, looking for Black. Goes out the sink. It's cleared away by Futrell. Now here comes Nellie Brunis on her horse, trying to get that one. Both of them fall, no contact, and they'll say it goes off of Brunis instead of Simpson. So Boston Days with the Trojans. Head away, and Anderson's going to work quickly here. Cooper was in reset. Turn by Handel. It's stolen. It's knocked out by Fields. No challenge there, and yes, they're going to say a foul back there on Cooper, too. Bethany Morgan, who's slow to get up, and nothing else. That kind of helps the Eagles reset a little bit, because that ball was in the middle of the box. Would have been a challenge for Ebner to come out and to reset there. So Anderson moves all the way back with his free kick, 33-48. This one's ripped. Goes off of Mathis's foot and out to Markfort. Markfort can't handle it, but Futrell will. She just keeps it in play. Futrell will clear it long, looking for Addie Henry. Addie Henry gonna try to chase that one down into the corner. She will. Henry now battling in the shade. Feeds it long. Was looking for Fields. That gets headed away by Simpson. It's kept out by Cepeda, and Probst will throw it in quickly. 33-10 left in regulation. 2-0 lead for the Eagles. Nice pass to Probst. Probst makes a move. Probst going to rip that one. Was looking for Henry on the cross. And does not able to connect are the Eagles. No shots in the second half for Carson-Newman. So far, just one for Anderson. So, haven't seen a whole lot of attacking like we did in that first 15 of the first half. Swing and a miss by Greenlee. It's eventually picked up by Park. Park is challenged by Greenlee. Now Park is tackled from behind by Handel. No foul. It's cleared out, and ball will go with the Eagles. Thrown quickly by Futrell. Futrell. Yeah, call a foul. I believe a handball on Carson-Newman. So yeah, Henry touched that one. So those mistakes in this half, Carson-Newman feel like the momentum has been with Anderson all of this half. Just haven't been able to do anything with it yet. Probst tries to steal that one away. That's a nifty move. It ends up going to Cooper. Cooper turns around, gives it up to Duncan. Finds Futrell. Futrell. So that one was looking for Henry. It's deflected away by Black. And goes off the feet right in front of us of Fields. Thrown in by Anderson. Ball's eventually going to belong to Carson-Newman, it looks like. Yes, it will. 31-10. Throw it in. All right, in front of us. Challenged by Mark. Markfort's challenged and gives it the Probst, cleared away and out play. Kenny Rankin tried to save that one, but could not. 30-44 left in regulation. As kind of Gardner will come in for Christina Markfort. It's first substitution of the half for the Eagles. A lot quicker with 30-28 left in regulation. Gardner Bounce for it, stays in bounds. Black asks for the ball to be out of play. No call from our official. It's cleared up by Miller. She gets out of play. Referee's been letting them play so far. Only 6 total fouls between both teams. Brunis feeds it in, looking, and it bounces off the feet of Cepeda. Almost gets the Futrell, deflects off his Futrell, and out of play. The ball belonged to the Trojans. So another chance there. So now Haley Sandman, 17, will come in for Haven Ashe. More substitutions than we saw in the first half, really. Team's just trying to see what they can do, what's working. Right now, it's mostly working for Anderson this half. That ball gets by Sandman. It's picked up by Brunis. Brunis is looking for Duncan. That's a good job stepping in front of it by Miller, and it's picked off by Handel. Handel now was looking for Bethany Morgan, but Bethany Morgan can't get there in time. Lyra Mathis picks it up. Ebner going to clear it out. Finds MJ Park. Wide open. There was no one on Park. Gives it the Futrell. Counterattack chance. Futrell gets stopped by Greenlee. Battle going to go off foul, and I believe they're going to go off foul on Futrell, and Greenlee's down for a bit. And she'll get up. She's fine. And we'll keep playing. 28:36 left after that foul from Futrell to Greenlee. It's 5th foul of the game for Carson-Newman. 28-28. Allen's ripped and almost goes out of play as a battle for it. And picked up by Mathis, I believe. We're going to see a corner. Yes, we are. Corner kick for the Trojans. That's their 3rd game. It looks like that'll be number 22, Bethany Morgan taking that. No, excuse me. It's going to be Sandman. Sandman now. Looks to feed it in. Goes off of Futrell's foot. Goes off of a Trojan player. Gardner kicks it around. It went off of Maggie Black. It's picked up by Greenlee. Greenlee and Futrell battle for the ball. Futrell able to get it. Good stop by Black. But that one's cleared away by Futrell. Now here comes Nellie Brunis once again, and now they're going to call her offside. She was just a step off. Similar situation to how she scored that opening goal, but it was just a step off sides of Sarah Miller. So 3 offsides calls in this half for Carson-Newman. And in 2 of those chances for sure would have been one-on-one goals or goal opportunities for the Eagles. That goes off of Cooper's feet, and it goes to an open Powell, but Powell can't do anything with it. Futrell ends up getting it, giving it up to Brunis. Brunis charges in, gets stolen away. Black's going to kick it long. That's a perfect pass almost to Powell. Kicked inside. That was a cross looking for Bethany Morgan out of play. And now we'll see Carson Kelly and Brooke Pinedo come in for Helena Handel. And Aaron Cepeda. Talked about this pitch here today. It's held up pretty well. The middle of it kind of muddy and kind of spongy feeling when it's walking the field earlier. Now that's going to affect the men's game as well later on. That's what the wonder. The game was moved in 2019 to Legacy Early College because of rain in South Carolina, and they've gotten a whole lot of rain in the upstate of South Carolina. Anderson got about 9 inches of rain in 3 days. So you gotta wonder if that game would have even been playable in some parts of upstate South Carolina today. Glad they were able to play it here. Futrell looking for it, gives it to Black. Black, that's another good pass from Maggie Black. But it's taken away as Pinedo couldn't get it. Black Blackman will miss that one. Gardner's going to challenge her. Goes all the way back to Campbell. Now a battle between Greenlee and Futrell is broken up by Pinedo and Park. Goes long and play. And there's a throw in for MJ Park, 25:03 left. To the head of Gardner. Bounces around off the feet of Fields, and we'll go out play to the Trojans. So back and forth we go. Not a whole lot of action really in this second half. Just one shot between both teams. That was by Anderson. 24:43 left. Of course, for your coach, Simon Duffy, you really don't want a whole lot of interesting action to happen in this half. You kind of want to hold on to the 2-0 victory. You'd always love a 3-0 victory and possibly more. Help with that goal differential if there's a tiebreaker scenario for the conference tournament and seeding. But 2-0 win and a second straight shutout will suffice. Emily Futrell's on sides this time. Futrell one-on-one for the goal. Futrell just misses wide. Futrell had it one-on-one with Jeanette Campbell and just missed wide. Campbell moved left. Futrell went right and just missed. We'll get a look at that one. Right here, one-on-one gets by the defense. Could have gone in. So close, Emily Futrell. Would have broken her tie with Jules Harity for 7th most goals all time. That record will have to wait another day, or at least wait 23 minutes and 36 seconds. Futrell now 4 shots away from tying Lauren Wade for 4th all time in her career, 238 for Futrell. Still a shot on goal away from tying Harity. Brunis had a chance at that. He gets deflected out by Sink. Will belong to the Eagles. 23:04 left. First really attacking segment we've seen of the Eagles in this half as Henry kicks that one out of play. Goes over Gardner's head, and it looks like we're going to have substitutions come on for Anderson. That's number 13, Ansley Donovan. Freshman out of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina comes on. A lot of freshmen on this team. A young Anderson team that trying to find their footing still, just 3-5-1. And now running on the sideline 3. Chance for the Trojans, and a good slide by Cooper. Knocks that one out of play, and that will be a corner. And Cooper saying she didn't touch that ball, but slide Carson Kelly was the attacking player for the Trojans. So another corner for Anderson. Salmon taking that one. 22 minutes left in regulation. That one almost goes to no man's land. Mathis is there, clears it out to Gardner, and Gardner's going to poke it free. It's a turn by Brunis. Brunis now. 3-on-2. Brunis gives up the Futrell. Just goes long. Campbell comes all the way out to kick it free and kicks it right toward Fields. And swinging a miss by Greenlee. And now substitutions for the Eagles. Abby Zander and Karina Verst are on for Nellie Brunis and Emily Futrell. So have to wait a little bit to see if that goal record gets passed. Unless she comes in for the final 21:09. Duncan gets challenges Sandman, and it gets cleared out of play. Ball belongs to Carson-Newman. Carson-Newman working quickly here. I think they're realizing they want to get another goal here. And continue this time. That's a cross looking for Verst. Gets out toward Duncan. Duncan was looking to feed it inside to Fields. Could not. It gets cleared all the way out. Verst has to run toward midfield and retreating on the Eagles. Back to Cooper. Mathis looking for Abby Zander. Abby Zander is on side. Now he's looking for Gardner, and that one's cleared out by Greenlee. That's great awareness by her to clear it out, and I believe it's a corner kick. First one of the half for Carson-Newman. Abby Zander will take this one with 20:09 left on the clock. Eagles looking to make that 3-0 game. Zander feeds it in. So looking for a speedy Yenta Cooper, and great job by Campbell to get to the ball first. Because Cooper would have had it one-on-one and a chance with her height to sneak it over Campbell's head. Score update for you in Hickory. Lenore is just taking a 1-0 lead on Queens in the second half. It's a goal by Scarlett Kelly, fourth of the season. And of course, Queens knocked off Carson-Newman last weekend. Satellite conference play. Henry looks for Gardner. No one in the box for either team. Now it's Abby Zander. Abby Zander gets that one deflected off of the foot of Maggie Black, and it's picked up eventually by Campbell. Don't know if that was a shot or a cross attempt, but regardless, it gets deflected to the hands of the keeper. 18:58 left. Now out to Abby Zander. Abby Zander kicks it long to Verst. Verst, side of the box, makes a move. Verst rips that one right to Campbell, just outside the box. And it's first shot on goal of the half for the Eagles, and it comes with 18:38 left to play. And the clock will stop here. Like an injury to Greenlee. Greenlee holding her mouth for a bit. I don't know. It's a head injury, but it looks like Mackenzie Pino come in. Not sure what happened to Greenlee there. She was holding her head, which means you have to come out, of course. 18:34 left. And that one will get cleared away by Campbell. Now play toward the Eagles. Really kind of been a thorn in the side for the Eagles in this half. Some great defense against Futrall and the rest of the Eagles, keeping them off the scoreboard. But once again, Carson-Newman, the first team, only the second team in the South Atlantic Conference this season to score more than one goal on Anderson. Catawba, of course, scored 4 in their 4-0 win over Anderson earlier this year. So it starts to set. Now in the shade is Mathis. Mathis comes up and steals her own pass back. Gives it up to Zander. And Abby Zander working the side of the pitch. Abby Zander going to work around. Nice move. In the box, going to try to cross it in. Was looking, I think, for Henry or possibly Fields, who overran that ball. And substitutions will come in now. That'll be Bethany Anderson coming in for number 16, Lena Powell. Anderson started this game for the Trojans and taken out after the goal by Duncan, and it's the first time we've seen her back. 17:15 left on the clock in this half, so kind of surprising. They're going to foul on Addie Henry there, say she shoved Sandman a little bit. Now Henry's going to go down with an apparent injury. She tripped up on something on the field. What exactly happened there? And Henry's going to walk off. She's holding her side of her face, and it looks like see if Henry will stay in. No, she's got to leave. She's holding her head. That's going to be marked for her back in. Not sure exactly what happened there between her and Sandman. Maybe she got elbowed a bit. No, you can see kind of, she is got a big welt on the side of her face right now. So that's been an inadvertent elbow. Henry will be out of this contest for a while. 16:55 left. cleared up toward midfield and belonged to, oh, Abby Zander made that play on that, but it belonged to the Trojans. Still plenty of time for Anderson, but again, when I think it's the fair least amount of shots in the conference, only 9 a game. They've only just gotten to halfway there with 5. Carson-Newman has met their season average with 18 shots now. But they got 16 of those in the first half. It's been slow going in the second half for both these teams' offenses. Just 3 total shots in the second half. Only 1 shot has not been on goal for Anderson, so they've gotten chances, just haven't been able to capitalize. Of course, 3 of those kind of went right toward Lily Evner. 1 went off her thigh on a one-on-one situation between her and Bethany Morgan. Carson-Newman does have 10 shots on goal, which you like to see that stat. It's over 50% for the Eagles, and they've been slowly crawling back to 500. If the Eagles, as they start off, they could get shots aplenty, just couldn't make any impactful ones. Mathis. The pitch with 15:35 left in regulation, gives it up to Park. Feeds it to Abby Zander on the side. Abby Zander now in the shade. The sun continues to set here in Mossy Creek. Almost goes out of play. Zander realizes it and gives it up. Zander feeds it in, looking for Verst or Fields. It gets by both of them and goes out to Haley Sink. Sink's going to play defense and allow for a goal kick here. Smart play by Sink to just play well enough defense so it doesn't deflect off of her. Stays in bounds, as you'll see a re-entry from Bethany Morgan for Ansley Donovan. Bethany Morgan, of course, had the best chance of the day for the Eagles. Or for the Trojans, excuse me. That shot that went right off of Ebner's thigh. That one's stolen away by Markport, and this could be dangerous for the Trojans. Markport was looking to cross it in to Gardner, and they're going to stay out without play off of Markport. And now substitution for the Trojans because Helena Handel comes in for Brooke Pinedo. So quick substitutions for Anderson with 14:25 left. Maybe looking for some more speed, looking for some more offensive players here to try to get a late goal, try to get back into this one. Just fall does Duncan, but able to stay up, get back up, and gets back up to try to give and go to Markport. Markport gets there in time. Markport gives it up to Abby Zander. Abby Zander in the box. Abby Zander right at the goalkeeper. Good play by Campbell to come out there and grab that one. Smart play by Campbell to get a stop there. Don't know if that technically counted as a shot. I believe that was just Zander couldn't slow down. And yes, they're going to call that a save. So that's the 9th save of the game for Campbell. She led the conference in saves coming into the weekend with 71 this season. Now Verst will challenge. We'll rip that one. It goes to nowhere and will go out of play. And kick. 19 shots for Carson-Newman, 5 for Anderson, 11 shots on goal for the Eagles, and 4 for the Trojans. Still a lot of corner kicks, 9 for Carson-Newman. They scored off of 1. Of course, Sydney Duncan, 4 for Anderson. They got most of those toward the end of the half. Fouls pretty lenient. 6 for Carson-Newman, 2 for Anderson. 3 offsides calls on Carson-Newman. Of course, you see the saves, 9 by Campbell, 4 by Ebner. Abby Zander gets free in the box. Zander tries to chase that one down. She keeps it in. Abby Zander feeds it inside. Nope, will feed it back outside. Goes off the feet of Duncan. And it gets thrown away by the Trojans. So there's a plan there that just didn't quite develop for the Eagles. Trying to get their 3rd goal of the game with 12:25 left in this one. Good move by Fields. Fields to set somebody up. Fields was looking for Gardner. Actually was looking for Duncan again. It's deflected out. Up will come Yenta Cooper. Cooper misses that one. Gives it back up to Fields. Fields back up to Markport. Markport. The Verst. Nope, stays with Markport. That one's poked away. Good defensive pressure by the Trojans. Bethany Anderson. Anderson kicks that one long, and Out in the way, wide open is Carson Kelly, but it's picked up by Lyra Mappes. Kelly would have had numbers. Had a chance to make this a 2-1 game with 11:40 left. Now Gardner having to get on her horse, try to get this one, and it's kicked out of play by Sarah Miller. Saw the Eagles do this at the end of the first half. They started to work quickly, trying to extend the lead, and they'll try to do it again. Verst looks for Xander. That one gets blocked and cleared away by the Trojans. Out to Mathis. Mark Moore looks for Gardner, finds Gardner. Gardner steps in front of this gamble, but they said Gardner was offsides before the shot. That was perfectly set up, and Gardner was offsides, ruled by the official. If she's offsides, then that is just offsides. That was a tough call from our vantage point, but referee has the call and makes that one. Campbell slips on the kick. Eagles can't take advantage with 10:35 left as time starts ticking away for the Trojans in this one, down 2-0. Again, haven't scored a goal on the Eagles in over 600 minutes. Of course, the last time the Trojans won was in 2014 against Carson-Newman here on McCown Field. The subs will start to come in for the Eagles now. Nellie Brunis comes in after taking a rest for Michaela Gardner. So we hit to single digits in the minutes of this one. With Brunis in, you got to think, okay, Simon Duffy's wanting to get some goals late, or at least have someone who knows how to handle and do some great footwork to run some clock off. 9:40 left. Don't forget fans to join us at approximately 7:30 p.m. for the men's game between Carson-Newman and Anderson. That one should be a heck of a battle between two of the top three teams in the conference. Those two teams have ended in draws the last two times they have played each other, so it's a big-time, big fight feel, championship feel for this one tonight at McCown Field. Right now, Carson-Newman women looking to end this one. Mark Fort gets in front. I guess that shot blocked. Cleared away. Mark Fort was trying to get open and get something going. That one's kicked off of Cooper's feet and can't get there. Can Verst. The 20th shot of the game for Carson-Newman. 8:53 left. Looks like right now Lenoir-Rhine's going to hold on to knock off Queens 1-0. They can hold on for 9 more minutes there at the same time mark we are, roughly. Abby Xander keeps that one in bounds. Xander looking for Mark Fort. Clears away. Up to Mathis. Second half still scoreless between Mars Hill and Coker down in Hartsville. They have about 7.5 minutes left in that one, so might see some extra time between the Cobras and the Lions. Of course, Newberry knocks off Tusculum earlier today, 2-1. Wingate scores in the first 45 seconds every time knock off LMU. The cross inside the Brunis. Brunis is there as the ball gets played by Campbell. Brunis now in the box, has to kick it back out. Ends up in Verst's feet. Verst going to rip that one right to Campbell. Verst may have been looking for Abby Xander, but that was more of a shot, and Verst once again gets one right to Campbell. Campbell makes another save. Campbell's 10th save of the game. She now has 81 on the season. 21 shots for Carson-Newman in this one. 12 of them on goal. Anderson just 5 shots, but 4 were on goal. The 4 saves for Lily Ebner. And this will be a 2 shutout week for the Eagles if they can hold on for the next 7 minutes and 10 seconds. That one's ripped by Sandman right to Ebner, and Ebner's going to get another save on that one. I think it's just desperation time for the Trojans. 6:51 left, and Got to get something going. Carson-Newman after this will have a 2-game road stretch. The first game will be a short trip to Harrogate, take on LMU this Wednesday. That'll be at 12:30 in the afternoon, some early afternoon soccer action. And next Saturday they'll travel down to Newberry. That's going to be a night game now. It will be at 6 o'clock, home of the Red Wolves, before finishing off the season with Coker and Limestone at home. And then they'll head to Lenore-Rhine to wrap up the season on November 3rd. .6:10 left in regulation. Eagles still up 2-0. Looking to preserve the shutout. Would be, again, the second straight shutout of the season after themselves being shut out last week against Queens. It'd be the first shutout win for the Eagles since September 15th. Our first conference shutout win September 15th. Verst crosses into Xander, and that's picked up by Campbell on the cross. Be the first 2 shutout week since the week of September 15th and 18th when the Eagles shut out Mars Hill and Wingate. 2-0 and 1-0. That Wingate game's so important. The Eagles only had 10 shots the entire game, 1 in overtime. It's an Addie Henry penalty kick. 5:15 left. The Eagles trying to add on to this one. Verse gets free. That's picked up by Campbell with 5:07 left. Cleared long. Brunis now. Brunis has a chance. She's onside. Brunis gets that shot blocked. That's cleared wide. Good job by Maggie Black to step in front of that one. One of the top freshman strikers in the conference. Park. Gives that to Mavis. Mavis just kicks that one to the moon. It'll bounce around and get the Xander, though. Now Brunis tries to get open. It's cleared away by the Trojans. That's what the head of Duncan. Gets out the pros, 4:23 left. Ends up in Carson Kelly's possession, and he'll go out play along with the Trojans. The subs come in, and the clock will stop here. The score is 2-0, and you'll see Lena Powell come in and Aaron Cepeda. Carson Kelly. And you're also going to see Kate Xander and Emily Futrell come in. And the clock will start right here. We'll run with 4:10 left. So Futrell back in. Futrell, again, had a chance at the goal earlier. That one's chased down by Cepeda, but nothing there. Anderson on the attack. Nice move by Powell. Powell looking for a teammate, Carson Kelly, but it's picked up by Ebner. 3:47 left in this one. Anderson can't sneak that one in. Markfort clears that one long. She has Brunis and Abby Xander. Abby Xander on the edge of the box with 3:32 left. See what the strategy will be to try to score. It will be looking for Futrell. Futrell bounces around off Markfort. Futrell can't get there in time. It's cleared away, and that'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. With 3:18 left. Kate Xander going to throw this one in. Let's see if the Eagles will slow it down or will try to keep being aggressive. I think they want to give Futrell that goal back since he had a chance to make it 3-0 earlier. Markfort. It's challenged. Markfort gets free. Markfort working up the sideline. Gives it to Futrell. Futrell one-timer. Misses it high. Another great chance for Futrell to make it a 3-0 game. 2:50 left in this one. That's a great move by Markfort. And giving up the Futrell before just missed it high. Bounces around, and Anderson will get possession of it. 23 shots for Carson-Newman today, and you got to be very happy with 12 on goal. You got to be very happy if you're the Eagles and Simon Duffy with that sort of production today on offense. Futrell It's a challenge with 2:18 left. Ball bounce around. Go up to Kate Zander. She misses. Counterattack chance for the Trojans. Bethany Morgan. That pass cannot be handled. Cleared high into the air. That's off the head of Park. It goes to Sandman. 2 minutes remaining in this one. Carson-Newman trying to lock up another shutout. 2-0. Great block by Fields. And now there's a chance for Brunis. Brunis makes a move. She gets tackled. They're going to call a foul there. And the clock will stop. We'll see if a card will get issued. Yes, that'll be a card on number 8, Maggie Black. With 1:44 remaining in this one. Let's get a replay of this real quick. And Brunis gets free. As a challenge, yeah, she just kind of went in studs up a bit. Now let's see if Markfort, she goes for the goal of 104 seconds left. Try to make this 3-0. Markfort rips that one, and it goes right to Campbell. She may have been looking for Cooper or Futrell, but that's another save for Campbell. 1:35 left. Eagles looking to lock up this 2-0 victory and get another win in conference play. We'll put them at 4-2 in the South Atlantic Conference. This would drop Anderson to 1-4-1 in the conference. Anderson on the fringes of not making the tournament right now. They're the 8th seed. Trying to keep alive. 1:09 left. Clock will continue to run. Anderson just above Wingate, who did knock off LMU.
1 minute remaining.
So this could knock Anderson out of the top 8 for now. The score holds for Carson-Newman. Helps build some ground. Gets you past Limestone, who will play later tonight for now, and will get you in a tie with LMU for that 2nd seed right now. Excuse me, the 3rd seed. Of course, those two play later in the week. That's a big-time matchup this week. 27 seconds left. Anderson trying to score something, have some pride here, and make the score look a little respectable, but stolen away. 19 seconds left. Anderson trying to move quickly. Out to Cooper. Cooper's going to clear that one sky high. Quick throw in, 10 seconds left. Anderson's going to have to work quickly like they did with the corner. Gets cleared away. And that's going to do it.
2, 1.
And Carson-Newman holds on to win 2-0 over Anderson, their 2nd shutout of the week, as they get back to 4-2 in conference play and knock off the Anderson Trojans for the 7th time in a row. Nellie Brunis with a goal. Sydney Duncan with her 3rd goal of the week off the corner. Makes it a 2-0 game, and the Eagles hold on in the 2nd half to knock off the Trojans 2-0. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one, because we have another great contest coming up at 7:30 p.m. between the men's team of Carson-Newman and Anderson on the Eagle Sports Network. So, Danielle Whaley, Dima Bykov, Antoine Harris, Brian White, and Justin Franklin, our entire crew here. I'm Richard Martin signing off, and we'll see you at 7:30 for the men's game between Carson-Newman and Anderson. Your final score of the women's game, Carson-Newman 2, Anderson 0.